And we're live. This is just three hombre jombers. See, I just switched it up, Max.
Yes.
Yeah. What'd you want, Max? Yeah, I gave you exactly.
I love that I started coughing. It was so good you made me cough right off the bat.
No, this is a great intro. Best one
yet. Breath.
Yeah. Anything to add to the sick intro?
We're excited to be here, talk some NXT post show from In Your House.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to start talking some wrestling.
Could not make this episode, unfortunately. He was dumped by his girlfriend, so he's crying right now. So it's kind of insane, but it's all right. It's all right. In time, he will be back.
You can reach out to him on social media and make fun of him about that.
Yeah, just call me huge pussy. That'd be the biggest thing. Okay, but let's actually get into something that was really interesting. I would say, well, honestly, to start off, it's the Wednesday Night Wars, baby. And with the Wednesday Night Wars, you're getting not only WWE with NXT, you're getting AEW. And you know what? Out of the two, I think for this episode, we're going to go into NXT just because, person between both of us, I think we both can agree that NXT was the better show this week. So, I mean, Max, let's think about it right here. What were some of the better segments or anything you want to start off with NXT? Because you know what? You're the big guy, and we clearly know you're favored more towards NXT more than I am. So I want you to start this bad boy off.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's
thoughts, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree that it was definitely the better show this week, and it was, which is interesting because it was definitely a show. It wasn't a meaningless show, but it was a lot of setups of setting up new feuds and new storylines, which was really, really intriguing. So, I mean, immediately what pops out to me was just the end to the show, which is kind of always what you want, is that's Karrion Kross and Scarlett. They're coming after the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a lot to get into because over the whole show. So it started out with a promo by Undisputed Era. And
just discussing
they kind of just trying to continue the reign. Yeah, so the Dexter Lumis, him kidnapping Roderick and Bobby, that was kind of the
what happened with them?
Story of the show.
Did they talk about what Dexter did with him?
They didn't. That's kind of one of the funny things.
I was gonna say I didn't notice that. Little laggy right now. That's kind of sucky.
Yeah. That is. Well, we'll just keep pushing through. It'll even itself out.
It'll sync up. That's how it works.
But I kind of like how they're taking this almost serial killer-esque approach with Dexter Lumis, where everybody's Roddy was great being just the scaredy cat, just being so afraid of him that he was going to be attacked by Dexter Lumis at every turn.
Can I say something?
There are a few backstage promos.
That was really interesting. I like Dexter Lumis's look, but dude, I think that Roddy is such a bad, his voice is just not made for TV. I don't know what it is. It's just he needs to add a little bass to his voice.
No, you're definitely right.
Dexter! That's Dexter! You see that? That's Dexter!
Hey, I can't say you're wrong about that because that's always something he's probably been his weakest at was his promo game.
Bobby.
I only think I necessarily liked him more this week because he was kind of acting like a little bitch, which kind of his voice fit better than normal. Trying to act all buff and I'm a Undisputed Era. It fit more, and he was just scared of Dexter Lumis all day. It still wasn't. It's not like he's a star on the mic, but it was kind of interesting just to see him be a little scared. That's kind of maybe why I enjoyed it more this week. But yeah, that kind of led into the main event: Dexter Lumis versus Adam Cole. Good match here. What did you think overall of the main event?
Dude, I actually like that. So one thing I want to see is, okay, so Dexter Lumis is more similar to the sizes of what you would see as Superstar on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. So I think this was good to see that Adam Cole made Dexter Lumis have his best match yet. And that in the main event, I was
not
actually
surprisingly.
You're right. You're good point. I just didn't know if Dexter Lumis had it in him to do that either. So either Dexter is really good too, and I don't know. I just think that main event, I enjoyed that main event a lot. And I just thought that
Same here.
Adam Cole made Dexter Lumis look like this is the best Dexter's looked, of course. I like this little push he's getting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it was just it was a very good main event. I don't know. And it was really cool. It just solidified to me that Adam Cole could make it on the main roster, I think.
Yeah, no, you've got a good point there. I mean, when going into it, Dexter Lumis, a little bit limited of the match we've seen him in so far, but going against Adam Cole, it's not surprising his best match goes against Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's
I
elite.
agree.
Yeah, he's modern day HBK.
Yeah, exactly.
Modern day Dolph Ziggler.
So I was, I was happy to see that, and I was interesting to me because the whole time, it's pretty obvious not Dexter, but Adam Cole is probably going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of always hoping that Undisputed Era would have to interfere, would have to get one over on him, because I was finding myself wanting them to protect Dexter Lumis a little bit, at least by interference.
Hell of a match, though.
He had a hell of a match. He did really good. I mean, you could tell he's definitely has the
and he's into the
abilities.
Character. I think he does a very good job as the character itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's absolutely right, I guess.
Doesn't seem like he breaks out or tries to do like some people are just like, scary, and then they try to do the Cedric Alexander, and it's like, that's not character. Like his is like silly, like stares.
That's true.
I like that he's like 100% committed.
And that kind of brings me to two other people who are similar in that way, where they're so 100% committed to their characters. And that's the end of the night. So it's Velveteen Dream first, who has always been that way, coming in, attacking Yui, kind of continuing that feud weirdly. I don't know, maybe my immediate thought was that him and Dexter Lumis would be team up against –
because they're both weird as fuck.
Fish. Exactly. They're both very odd and weird. Like, I could see Dream, sitting backstage, like, laying down for a promo, and Dexter just would be painting him and not speaking, and Dream would just start talking about, like, just –
but it's not him.
Craziness.
It'd be like it's just like squares or something. Like, yeah, no, I know what you mean.
No, yeah, that's kind of what I immediately thought, is like these two would definitely, maybe not for an official tag team, but just for like maybe next week against Strong and Bobby Fish. Like, that just was interesting to me. So everybody cleared out of the ring.
Are we all in agreement though? You think that? Talk about what happened right after that match.
That's what I was just about to get into, which was kind of the big reveal of where things are going to go with Adam Cole next, and that was everybody cleared the ring. It was just Adam Cole left the ring. Lights go black, and Scarlett comes out, walks down the ring, and oh yeah, Scarlett Bordeaux, and she reveals she's hiding in the hourglass behind her. Tick tock, tick tock.
And all this is happening. She's wearing all black leather, shiny black. It's literally one of the hottest things I've ever seen. Like it's an akin to a Sable maybe of the 90s.
It is.
So yeah, but yeah, carry on. Sorry, Max.
I don't know. I literally was thinking that, like, I'm not kidding. When that came out, I'm like, I'm not here just to say like how hot wrestlers are, women are, like blah blah, but like, it amazes me how week to week she always finds a different outfit that is just so like, it's sexy, and I'm not trying to like degrade her, but like that's just the truth. It's like, I think that's like she's trying to do that, which is working. Like, I don't know, it just amazes me how like she finds these weird outfits that are like great for her look. So it's kudos to her and whoever she has on her team finding these outfits, because her one at TakeOver was awesome too, and it definitely adds to the character overall of her and Karrion. But this is the move for NXT. Absolutely.
Now, if I saw her wear that outfit maybe in the street, I would be a little nervous. Not gonna lie. But
I hope that she's not wearing these outfits out in the middle of the street. But yeah, we'll allow it for NXT.
For the character's sake, she's like a villain. It's her character's being a villain, so like that's why those outfits are like, oh, that's okay. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, no, I just am saying, I think that's we had a taped recording of In Your House, and I said, and I think you agreed that Karrion Kross needs to be mega pushed straight to Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems like where it's going, and I think the way they did it, only having Scarlett coming out and saying, we're next, I think that was the perfect way to do it, because you don't need Karrion Kross out there every week. Like we saw that with the Tommaso Ciampa feud. Scarlett coming out there and being ominous, that's, that'll do the trick. I mean, that'll continue a feud without even having to do much. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to see where this goes. I don't know how soon it will be when they have another championship match. Will they have this on NXT? Excuse me, or will they have this wait for a takeover? I'm not sure, but I'm interested. What are your thoughts on this feud going forward?
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it makes sense having Karrion Kross. I mean, he just destroyed one of the top elite guys in NXT and one of the top guys who's been running NXT for the last few years. So, my prediction last week, Max had this prediction and we both agreed on it, and it just makes a lot of sense. I think we can probably agree. We can probably agree that Karrion Kross is going to take the title from Adam.
He doesn't, that's going to be a big mistake, I think. So
I could see Adam Cole becoming the first 3-time, NXT champion. I could totally, because I don't think he wants to lose him just yet. Rumors are he has about 18 months left on his contract. So
Adam Cole, I thought it was up in like August.
No, I guess that's not true.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
No, I like personally, I think that Adam Cole would have to go up to the main roster after he loses. He's been,
but dude, he is literally the face of NXT. He's been the champion since the show's been on. He's the guy he's NXT, and he's the body, he's the look. I think Triple H is nervous that he's going to succeed on the main roster. Dude, their head writer or Road Dogg, I think, was just, or maybe it was Michael Hayes. I think it was Michael Hayes talking about how, dude, Vince thinks that Vince is going to think Adam Cole's too small, can't succeed.
It's possible. I think whoever said that if Adam Cole was Karrion Kross's size, that he'd already be champion on the main roster. I think that was
not if he just gained.
Which is true, probably.
If he just gained a little bit of muscle. Also, stop wearing the band right on your bicep. Shape. He needs to stop wearing it on his bicep. No, but dude, he needs to look like exceptional, dude. HBK it or put pants or like something just to make it seem like he looks larger than he is. He's almost HBK-esque, but it's still like it's an aspect of because he's got honestly kind of thick legs. I'm not what I've just noticed compared to his upper body, he's in very good shape. So, but he needs to gain a little mass, I think, for him to truly see, because it's all about convincing Vince, man. And that's where you get the real money, unless they're in NXT is. I think they're going to be truly a developmental brand.
Yeah, no, you've got a point. So, why don't we just move into some other?
Why don't we go to the second thing that we were right about, which my prediction was Finn Balor going after Keith Lee. Now, I don't know if they're going to maybe do a triple threat. That'd be really fucking sick, actually. Now that I say that out loud, with Johnny, I think that'd be really dope. Against
that would be cool.
Keith Lee, because NXT has a good history of doing triple threat rivalries, I feel like.
They definitely do.
Yeah.
And even Keith Lee himself has a good history of triple threat rivalries with Dominik Dijakovic and
why not make him look good by having two of the best against
Finn just wrestled
Finn?
No, you're absolutely right.
Keith Lee, who they want to be elite.
And I think that will even be better for Johnny to be able to flesh out his heel character more, because him and Finn could take out Keith Lee 2-on-1 more manageably than just Johnny could with his heel persona.
Wait. Did Finn Balor ever have that match? Finn Balor had that match with Gargano, right?
Yeah. Right? Yes.
Yes? Was it the first one?
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
Because wasn't his return
definitely
match?
Wrestled
his
Johnny
return
Gargano.
Match was against Matt Riddle, wasn't it?
Yes, it was supposed to be against Johnny, and they pushed it back. I think it happened at the takeover.
Let's check.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Johnny.
I think that's my prediction. So they've done that. I'm excited as hell for Finn to go after Keith Lee here. I think that's a fresh matchup. Yeah. It's definitely interesting to see what they can do now in NXT. With Finn after him being on the main roster for a while. Finn had a really good match with Cameron Grimes. An interesting character to me, because I can tell he's a good wrestler. He puts on good matches.
Mm-hmm.
especially against Finn. I mean, you could tell he knows what to do in the ring. I don't like his character that much outside. The accent they make him do. Maybe that's his real voice, possibly. If it is, I'm sorry,
They're
Cameron
trying to
Grimes.
make him like Doctor Sleep / like the bad guys in whatever that movie with the girl who falls in a hole and there's a bunny there, and I can't think of what that movie is right now. Alice in Wonderland. It's like one of those like characters or something with that weird ass fucking hat.
Yeah, but like I also get like they just try to like be like a playboy almost, talking to this chicks backstage. Like that's what it seemed almost to me.
Is it like a thing where he's like a I must not have been paying attention.
The Doctor Sleep characters are the true knot.
I don't know. He just seemed pretty interesting to me.
It's interesting. I just don't love his accent. That's just the one thing.
It's kind of crazy.
I don't love the accent.
He's one of the guys who's actually been on NXT since the show started, which is kind of crazy to think about. Since the show started on TV, on USA.
Yeah, he was, one of the guys that just started really being on TV, being focused last year.
I mean, it's pretty big that he was which I'm, it's just like he's losing a ton, unfortunately.
They're just you can tell he's in storylines for NXT shows, and they're not pushing him at all up to storylines for a takeover, which I think is probably where he fits in right now.
No Timothy. I just realized, was there even Timothy Thatcher in this episode?
Yeah, he had a little vignette. He said that he was starting it was starting a training program, and he had had a few guys at his training program.
Oh.
And they didn't reveal who it was, but he said that it was basically a show, and they was gonna be violent, and they're gonna learn how to be men and blah blah blah. It was interesting. It was interesting. So that's how that. Yeah, and he still was missing his front tooth. It was like chipped in half. So
what do you think? What do you think that's gonna be?
I mean, maybe he starts a little faction of people that he's trained. Technically, I don't know. Maybe something like that. Like maybe it's just like taking guys who are like
a Kurt Angle type thing, like almost like from like the underground, like from the.
Yeah, possibly. I'm not sure. I mean, it wasn't like a super like long. It was maybe only 25-second vignette, so it wasn't like they gave us a huge chunk of it. Instead the training starting next week, so you didn't even see any of that. You just saw him talk.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something interesting going forward. That guy's, he's an interesting talent. Immediately I started to think of him, Danny Burch, and Oney Lorcan working with him. Those are, three bald guys that are.
Oh yeah, dude, that would pretty much work.
I think so too. Name. I don't know. I love it. I love Oney Lorcan. I think he's hilarious on Twitter.
I'm just saying no one's going to go. Oney Lorcan ain't going to be on the headline, at Madison Square Garden someday.
Mm-hmm.
Oney Lorcan versus Brock Lesnar main event.
I would watch it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would watch it.
It'd be a hard-hitting affair. I bet Brock would just lay the shit on him. But yeah.
Brock would break his neck on purpose.
Oh, honestly, he would. God, I'd want to see that too. That'd be so interesting.
Yeah. Anything left? Timothy Thatcher, Finn Balor, Cameron Grimes? Otherwise, I think we should get into cruiserweights.
Yeah, I just think it's all. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a great match with Keith Lee. I'm looking forward to it. Interesting. Again, Finn Balor. I think the only issue is that Finn Balor, unfortunately, doesn't feel as big as he should right now. I think because of the COVID-19, he couldn't travel as much and as well. Just taking precautions. I think that kind of hindered his momentum. And I think that also hindered people like Dream's momentum. And it's kind of crazy to think. So I personally kind of hate the fact that Finn Balor is just kind of seems like a middle of the road character right now. But hopefully he can keep winning and just keep adding on to that character who he is. And hopefully we can see the brightest side of Finn Balor with this heel character or tweener character.
Very well put. So with that being said, let's move into the big reveal, the cruiserweights. So Elio Del Fantasma comes out, being introduced, as the new cruiserweight champion. And Drake Maverick comes out, kind of said he was kind of congratulating him, and it was nice. Then he said, I'm hoping I can become the next or the first. I hope I get the first shot at this and blah blah.
Yeah.
Because all the stress won't be weighing out.
Man,
And
are
the
these
two,
promos coming by Drake? They're dramatic, like emotional. Like they
oh
have
yeah,
emotion when he's conveyed. He is putting out effort essentially. I clap
yep,
to that.
absolutely, and yeah, it was well done. And then right kind of was getting to that point is when the two masked men came back out from last week.
Oh,
Yep, and they went in to attack, but then Elio del Fantasma turns around and reveals he's with them, and they all beat down Drake Maverick and reveal their faces. So the two masked men were Raul Mendoza, who's been in NXT for a while, and Joaquin Wild, who's been in NXT a few times. I don't know Joaquin Wild as much, but Raul Mendoza,
whoa!
and then
Breaking news! Breaking news! Sorry to cut off, but in an effort to streamline the creative writing for WWE, and this is reported by Ryan Satin. Breaking news by Ryan Satin. In an effort to streamline the creative writing process for TV, WWE has consolidated both teams from Raw and SmackDown into one group, led by Bruce Pritchard. Paul Heyman will now concentrate on his role as an in-ring performer.
what?
Holy shit. That stresses me out. I
That
wonder if Paul is
sucks.
just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't have all these strings. I can't have all. I mean, dude, the
I'm
last week
reading
of
it.
Raw was not very good. It was not a very good episode of Raw.
No, it wasn't. I mean, Raw had a good week, and then
It was fine. It
they
was
had a good
just
week a
like,
few weeks ago, and then
yeah,
they've kind of been falling down since then. Yeah, no, maybe that's something we'll get into after we watch SmackDown and Raw this coming Friday and Saturday
yeah,
on
man.
next week's show.
Oh my gosh,
Uh,
I'm a little bummed
yeah,
out by that.
yeah,
I'm
me too.
nervous.
Anyway, let's just try to push through. This is basically the last big thing that happened.
Yeah,
After that reveal, those two guys, they hit moves on flying splashes, well, and
right.
then but Elio del Fantasma took off his mask, revealed his face, and said his name is going to be like
What is it
Campos.
like? It's like
It's like Santos
Escobar.
Cabrera. It's like Santos Escobar or something. I can, I'll look it up to confirm. But it's interesting, and he's got a good face. I mean, he's got a badass look.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Santos Escobar, yeah,
Santos Escobar. Nice.
Interesting. El Hijo del Fantasma can be a little bit hard on the tongue.
Yeah.
So
And that's me because I'm an idiot and I can't move my mouth that fast.
yeah, interesting that they unmasked another guy, Andrade being the first, famous Mexican that they unmasked. I don't know. They've got, although Triple H has kind of a good eye for these guys who have good looks without their masks. That have been wearing masks for a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, if this guy did it, then he approved it. So, I don't know. It makes me interested for the cruiserweight division. That truthfully, I mean, I thought this guy is really talented in the first place, and now with him being a big heel with two lackeys by his side that have been doing nothing in NXT.
Yeah.
So this is better than anything else they're going to be given. So, hey, I'm here for this. I'm interested. It's going to be. I hope Drake Maverick doesn't get a match till late August, and it's a super super long feud. Kind of like maybe they try to do something like him and EC3 and. In Impact, where he just has to fight and fight and fight to get back to that point. So
wait, how long? Wait, what was his
here.
contract?
Oh, I have no idea how long.
Oh, I thought you were saying something like that. I was gonna say, there's no way he's.
No, I was saying maybe I'm saying they dropped the feud for him, like not to get a championship match against Escobar until like the takeover before SummerSlam or something.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I'm saying like they draw it out and like they basically like. They prevent him from winning over and over again, like or blah blah blah, like something like that. I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts. Interesting though is most of the thing. I think I'm gonna need to hear a little bit more because it sounded like his English wasn't that bad when he said his name. I mean, there was one line.
No, he did it pretty good. He did it. Yeah, he did all right. It came out clear. Every word.
Yeah, because it seemed like he was kind of faking not being able to speak
and
English.
when we do this, we
Maybe
do
I'm
this
wrong.
in the aspect of what Vince would see, what Vince would think for TV. We're not doing this in the sense of just how he is and how he speaks. I'm just thinking we're trying to be how we would think how this guy could succeed. And it's a cutthroat industry that wrestling is. So.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not like I'm not trying to like put him down because English is good or bad. I'm just like kind of seeing how to see it. It's not judging anybody because of it. So no, it's another interesting part of the show last night, and NXT was really killer, I thought.
Yeah, I really did enjoy NXT. Honestly, and out of, like I was saying, against AEW, I think it just came off really well from this weekend. I really enjoyed it in your house. I thought it was a needed pay-per-view out of them. And it was interesting to see because there's a lot of people who left wrestling or leaving, NXT for WWE right now. And it's kind of weird to see who's staying on NXT. You know, it's open landscape, it seems like right now.
And people are stepping up. You got new guys like Dexter Lumis.
And do we know anyone? I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that Austin Theory essentially skipped NXT.
Yeah, that is interesting. But I mean,
awesome story by Austin Theory. I guess he asked Randy Orton because he wants to do a finisher like Randy Orton's, and Randy Orton said yeah, because Randy Orton was like, dude, this guy actually came up to me, because instead of Randy Orton hates the fact that wrestlers just kind of like the super kick. He never did that when HBK was wrestling. So he liked the fact that what's his name asked him, and it wasn't even similar to, it wasn't even an RKO. It just ends with it. What he does is
it's just like it's a fireman's cutter. Yeah. Like, he's got him in the fireman's hole and then throws it back and hits the cutter.
Yeah, it's
it's cool. It's definitely not like it's not gonna like remind too many people of the RKO, since it's a setup instead of like a random catch and cutter, basically like Randy does it. So yeah, no, that's
I had to create a character that I modeled literally to be the next Randy Orton, and did the exact same move as his finisher, which is kind of crazy. And he looked like Austin Theory.
Well, here we are now. We got the real thing.
I am a predictor. I just bring things into the world. It's insane.
Fantastic. Well, unless you got anything more to bring up, I think that'll wrap up our NXT review for
Is NXT UK even doing anything right now?
No, I don't believe so. I think that they started doing classes virtually for their like kind of performance there they have over there, but I don't think that they've approved anything to be done in the UK like they have in Florida.
Oh, okay.
So they can't even tape it, and that's also why the travel ban's still on, which is why guys like Walter can't come over to US. So as far as I know. So
NXT could really use a star power like Walter right now, honestly, or Imperium. All right, well, hey.
Pete Dunne, too.
Yeah, Pete Dunne, exactly.
Yeah.
But we'll end it on this, guys. Thank you guys for listening. And again, follow us at our YouTube and Twitter. They're just 3 Jobbers. And actually, the YouTube is just 3 Jobbers Pod, I just realized. So, okay. And if you have any questions for us, email us at just3jobberspod at gmail.com. Max, what is your Twitter handle?
Max_Zwach. The name's right there, ZWACH.
Perfect, everybody. Well, hey, thank you guys for listening. We love you, and check us out next week. Peace, love, and wrestling, baby. Yowza.